Ready, set, go, 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 go.
I said I'm with the soul trap. I said I'm with the soul trap. It's a bit. Hey.
Excuse me. What's up, Soul Family? We are Soul Tribe. I'm your host, Libby Love.
I am Selena Dream.
And I'm your host too, Benji.
And you are now tuning in with
Tribing it, saving one soul at a time.
Streaming live on Our Black Media Network.
Ashe.
Let's
Get it. Let's get it.
Okay, so first, let's just let them know. Let's just give them the feel of what today's topic is. Today's topic is about self-mastery, which goes into the depths of egos. We're going to be talking about egos. We're going to be discussing self-love, creative development of an artist, and just let them know more about that.
Most definitely. Before we get too deep into the topic,
Right.
how you feeling today?
Good.
Right, what's the
Good.
feeling?
Good.
Everything going cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't even. It's like it's a blissful feeling.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
bliss.
Yeah.
It's bliss.
Yeah.
It's excitement.
Yeah.
It's bliss.
Yeah.
And just mellow with it. We calm, but it's on the inside. It's just
Yeah.
You controlling it. Control chaos.
Nah,
for real.
chaos.
Like I guess like just from even a week ago from the show, a week ago to now, it's like just the experiences and the events that has been transpiring for all of us as a collective. It's been so big and so monumental. It's been huge steps and it's been real. It's been surreal yet real. Like DJ Richard Rose said, surreal. It's a surreal feeling, but it's surreal, but it's real. It's happening. So like I know I feel good. My love feel good. Bro feel good. We all feel good, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here right now.
Yeah, definitely. And we done had a week, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna get a little bit deeper into the show, but we've been experiencing so many different things right after we done started, a couple of different things. So that lets you all know, like when things is intentional and it's building up, you can't stop what's meant for you.
Right.
When it's time for you, it's time. No lie. We're gonna get deep into a little bit deeper into the show, y'all.
Right.
Okay.
So, first starting this stuff off, I'm going to start off with my segment of the day. We do got a new segment, you all. We got 3 new segments, actually, and we're going to be tapping into that as we go on with the show. The first segment that we're going to pop it off with is 2 Benji's Artist Tip of the Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, these Artist Tips of the Day is basically going to be me giving you in the field, real life experience, different tips that each artist and creator should be focusing on, building on, and that'll be something that ties in deeper into the topic of today's show. Today's topic is stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. Yesterday, you all, we had an amazing interview with Miss Alicia Blakely.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
The whole team.
Yeah.
Whole team went.
Thank you.
It was amazing. We spoke on promoting the show, the music, the collective, just getting a little bit deeper into it and stuff like that. And it was a real great experience. And it's the type of nostalgia. Like if you walk into a certain room and it's more things that's around there that you just didn't even expect. Sometimes you can be a little starstruck if you don't know how to handle that. If you don't know how to take that stuff in. This is why you need to stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. We had cameras on us before we even walked in the building, y'all.
Yeah.
And when you got cameras on you, so forth like that, like you want to make sure that you looking presentable, you are being you, and all these different things is good. You don't want to be tongue twisted, tired. So making sure that you stand prepared when you're knocking at these different places, these different events. For instance, we had an interview yesterday. We had to make sure we knew what we was going to be talking about before. So, of course, we keeping it natural. Don't gonna let that stuff flow. But you'll be very lost if you think we didn't have a conversation or nothing like that beforehand and make sure, like, all right, we good, y'all? We good.
Yeah.
Everything's intentional, you know.
Yeah.
But that's my artist tip of the day. Like I said, stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. We're gonna be talking about self-mastery, so forth like that. So how staying prepared can truly make sure you're prepared for whatever you got. Whatever you got, it's for you.
Right.
Definitely.
Thanks. I say it.
Before we get into the next segment and topic of the show, we are gonna start off with the first commercial. And we'll be back with the tune. Tune in with
Driving it.
Let go.
Driving it.
Yeah. Hey, baby, just smile. Just smile. Baby, just smile. Just smile, baby. Off them shoes for a while. But know you're rock, I'm off and moving foul. Yeah. Baby, just smile. Just smile. Oh, baby, just smile. Just smile. Kick off them shoes for a while. But know the rock, I'm off and moving foul. Baby girl, the way you move your body put me in a trance. And then you track a pose in the bowl like a sun. She give me boom.
West side raised my area champion. My new hella boy, we're working on something.
Not bad though, if everything is stripped from me, I'm still gonna have my pride soul. Walking in the unknown with my hands ties in the blindfold. My heart, it be the wisest. I see through the obvious, even if they got disguises.
All right. That was the artist appreciation segment. We had highlighted 3 artists. Those 3 artists by the name of Tim with a Y, 2 Benji, and Celine the Dream, which are the collective holders of Soul Tribe. We do hope y'all enjoyed them vibes and so forth like that. But we is tapping back into the show. Libby, what we finna talk about?
I want to talk about self-mastery. What does self-mastery mean to us, and how do we apply it with who we are as individuals?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Whether it comes with our artistry, just who we are, just self-mastery. How do we get to that point?
Anybody want to pop it up first?
Okay. I'm gonna start off with a quote. A quote that just came to me earlier a few minutes ago was, to know oneself is to love oneself. And in that quote itself, it ties back into self-mastery. And self-mastery, we're all really here. The journey of life is to learn self, to become one with self, and to develop and master self. The journey to your heaven, your crown, your top, your temple. This is our temple. So self-mastery can lead to self-mastery, can be rooted and stem from self-love, healing, meditation, shadow work, inner child work, just healthy habits, exercising, you know what I'm saying, taking care of yourself, grooming yourself, doing things to show yourself that you love yourself, and doing things to learn more about yourself, because we get to a certain age, and it's like, to me, it seems like we get to a certain age when we become teenagers, like a certain age where we feel like we know everything about ourselves and even life sometimes. And thinking like that it can be detrimental, because you put yourself in a box and you limiting who you are. You haven't even experienced life yet. It's so much more to life. So it's like you just already put the cap on yourself. You already put the cap on yourself. Right. So just for now, I'm gonna just say this about self-love. Self-love is everything. Loving yourself is everything. If you don't love yourself, you ain't gonna be able to love nobody else. So loving yourself, being able to look in the mirror, no matter how you look, no matter what's on your face, no matter the scars, the wounds, you can look in the mirror and look at yourself and love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself you appreciate yourself. Even if you may not be where you want to be right now in life, you can still be happy with who you are right now in this present moment in life to get you to where you want to be at. Giving yourself love, giving yourself your own flowers, being self-assured, being assertive, being confident, being certain, being a certainty about who you are, what you are, your purpose, just all those things. And it comes with time. It comes with time. It comes with trials, tribulations, error. It comes with tests. You know, we get tested. We can learn things. We can start to learn things. Like, for example, when I began to become awakened to myself and awakened to the world around me, I had so many different things that I wanted to cultivate about myself. I wanted to be more confident. I wanted to be active and interact. I was already an extrovert, a people's person, but I wanted to actually be an extrovert for real. I want to actually be able to go up to a random person and not be afraid, be in my body and be able to have a genuine conversation with them and initiate that conversation. So I used to tell myself things when I was younger and I stayed in Atlanta. I used to tell myself things like, okay, I'm going to this different event tonight. I'm going to go there and just go with the flow. I'm going to go there and I'm going to talk. I'm going to introduce myself no matter what, no matter if I'm nervous, if I have anxiety, my hand's shaking, it don't matter. I'm still going to speak. And, you know, it comes with tests. You know what I'm saying? You can say these things all day, but it comes with tests. You're going to get tested, but it's all about, you know, learning, just learning. You know, failure is the mother of success, and just continue to learn and continue just to develop and harness it and be in your skin. So, you know, self-love, just knowing that it's okay to fix you, knowing that you can strengthen your strengths as well as your weaknesses. You can be the ideal of perfect of yourself, which is accepting yourself for who you are, flaws and all. So, you know, that's all I really have to say right now about, you know, self-mastery and self-love. It's just a bit. And I would say it's just a tool to help to open that door to self-mastery. A real active tool that you can do is meditation. Meditation. It can be for 5 minutes. It can be for 3 minutes. Just sit there and breathe. Focus on breathing, no matter the chatter in your head, no matter what's going on around you. Find a sacred space inside of you as well as outside of you and breathe. Just breathe. Relax. Get in your body, get in your skin, feel in your body. And that's all I have to say.
That's
true.
You good?
That's true.
So self-mastery, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You really touched on it real big.
I appreciate it.
It's truly important finding different things about yourself to love, because that is the key to mastering self. For one, you gotta realize this is an everyday thing. You all. This is not something that ends in 1 month. For one, it takes a month to develop a new skill and a new habit. And there's so many different habits that you've been like indoctrinated to from your previous years coming up till now, that you have to unlearn and learn new things. And look, the reason why a lot of people tend to look at it like, okay, this is not something I may not be cut out for, I can't do, is because we looking at the whole big picture from the big picture. When you're just looking at the whole thing, it's gonna look huge. It will always look huge. But once you start looking at it in steps, bits and pieces, it starts to make way more sense and it looks way more accomplishable. Take about learning yourself just like that. So meditation, changing the media, the content that you're taking in, a lot of times that can seem like you'll be overbearing. Oh, this is boring, yada, yada, yada. You can just start off with one of those things. I'm telling y'all, a morning routine, the different things you do in your morning literally dictates how your whole entire day goes. Speaking forth is a meditation. Another key thing to add into the meditation, to add on to you mastering the self, is literally just changing one thing that you do in the morning. Making sure the first thing you do is not looking at a phone.
Facts. And that's a hard habit to break.
It's an extremely hard habit. And a lot of us don't.
You can do it.
Yeah, 100. A lot of us may seem like, man, I can't be doing that. Ain't no little bit. That one little thing can change so much about how you move. Because that's what you're taking in, and that's commanding and affirming your day before you even get a chance to do it yourself.
For real, you ain't even looked in the mirror
yet.
You ain't even
looked in the mirror yet, y'all. For real. So
we haven't even had that conversation.
Come on. We can't be putting all the pizzazz and stuff into the outcome and we not learning how to enjoy and embody the journey, because that journey, that's what brings you closer to you. Fruitfulness. It seems boring, but I promise you, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. You can sleep at night. It's
Don't be caught up in
feel
those
healthy.
loopholes. Don't be caught up in those
Come on,
loopholes.
you will feel more
It's a
confident.
rabbit hole that like social media has became a rabbit hole, you know? Like when you go and you wake up in the morning and you get on social media, the first thing that you're looking at is somebody else.
Somebody else.
You're not even looking at you. You're not even acknowledging yourself. You're not even in your body. You know what I'm saying? So like just having those moments where you can just take a step back and just look. You know, take a step back and just be in your body and just exist inside your body. I think that that's what makes self-mastery. You know what I'm saying? It makes you. It makes you real. It makes you even more real. It makes you even more alive. You're not just like a figure. You know what I'm saying? You're not just you're aware of yourself. You're aware of yourself. So awareness comes with self-mastery. And for me, like self-mastery first started for me when I realized I had a big ego. I have a huge ego. I'm a very big ego. It's very big. And it's very obvious, but mastering that ego, like, you know what I'm saying? Like egos for me, like in my topic is the divine love for the ladies. I want to get into that. For I wanted to tell the ladies that always remember to bet on yourself when the odds are against you. Like just remember to just keep betting on yourself. And the same thing with men, just always bet on yourself. Even when it seems like the walls are caving in, always bet on yourself no matter what. No matter what. It's going to be frustrating and it's going to be difficult to get someone to believe. But as long as you believe, people will believe. It's believable because you believe it.
Facts. You walking in it.
You walking in it.
You're not afraid. And it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to have fear. Fear is everywhere. We see fear everywhere. Fear is something that's projected on us like consistently, like it's an active thing that's against us. Fear. So
face not fears.
The opposite of fear is courage. Have that courage. Have that heart to face it. Have that heart to admit that you're afraid and then face it. Face it. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
Yeah. Hey, shouts out Ivory. Love you too.
Appreciate it. Sure. Since we talking about, I do got a question I want to ask y'all, Kings. So what is one of the biggest challenges you all had to overcome as far as realizing how important self-mastery is? Like, what's one of them big challenges you like, yo, I get over this? This really gonna lock it in for real. Something that we can relate to the people about,
Okay. I would say, in all honesty, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This going back to, the spiritual journey, positive vibrations, good energy. You know what I'm saying? Being awakened to different and new possibilities of life, and knowing that the life that we was exposed to growing up is not all that there is in life. And like being aware of that as a 23-year-old from Savannah, Georgia, an artist, a rapper at that. You know what I'm saying? You could look at me. You know what I'm saying? I got tattoos on my hand. I got a tattoo on my face. I got wigs in my head. You get what I'm saying? I come from the hood. I come from poverty, but I also come from riches and royalty as well. You know what I'm saying? That's my story. But still, I come from that same bucket. So being able to, I had to learn that I had to be in my skin. I have to be in my skin. I have to be confident in who I am, no matter what, because it's going to be opposing forces, opposing energies that's literally set out and put in place to go against that. Just because I'm being light about myself, my life, just because I'm being loved. Hate is all around, negativity is all around, so it has to be a balance. And so with me, when I was exposed to so much positivity, all I wanted to be around was positivity, and it was great, it was cool, but that became toxic because it wasn't no balance, it wasn't no equilibrium. Right. So eventually, when I would be put in situations when I'm around negative energy, it would mess with my spirit. My spirit wouldn't even be able to know what to do because there's so much negative energy. I don't know how to feel. I can't just say it's negative. I can't just. I have to move accordingly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's so many different things. It can go so many different ways. Yeah. So like having moments like that, being by myself, staying in the land and being around people I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Having to learn spiritual discernment, having to be able to see with this eye right here, not my physical eyes, but my spiritual eyes, and being able to just listen and be aware, be observant. And, just all those things, it made me just want to be able to actually master myself. Like, I got this. So for me, that's what it was. Being able to go through hell, being able to still live in hell, master hell, prosper in hell. So that's, yeah.
Time. That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, when I noticed that I had like I said again, I have a really big ego, but I mastered it. For me, like our egos are these celestial beings that are bigger than life. But what we don't know is that they cannot survive here. They can live here, but they can't survive here. You know what I'm saying? So even like when it comes to our shadows and stuff like that, when it comes to our shadow self and all those things, all those shadow things that you know what I'm saying, the things that we try to pursue, the things that we try to feed into, that parasite, whatever it is, mastering that part of yourself, master that part of yourself, and have that balance. For me, my ego, you know what I'm saying, like that part of us that's just bigger than life. That part of us that's just bigger than life, and a lot of things that are bigger than life we cannot do here. We cannot do in this realm. It's different because in the other realm, we probably, you know what I'm saying, we probably have the freedom to do whatever we want. But in this realm, in this reality, in this lifetime, a lot of the egos and a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, that we want to feed into, it can't survive here. So for me, just mastering my celestial self, and aligning it with this physical being that I am, aligning it, making it one, making it real for myself, making it face to face, not just my ego just running it. Because I think a lot of times our trauma builds our ego. Yeah. Whatever it is, our trauma builds our ego. It's like that shield. Wow. And sometimes that shield, it becomes so big and it becomes so strong to the point that it literally creates a whole individual. It's not even you. Mm-hmm. Like you literally let your ego live your life. You're not even living your life with your ego. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not even facts. You're not even living your life with your ego. You're letting your ego live your life. You know what I'm saying? So
it comes off like that.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It comes off like that.
And to be honest, a lot of people live in their ego. So when things happen, when traumatic things happen, when people feel like things are being taken away from them, or when people are quote unquote taking losses, they take it a lot harder. They take it a lot personal. They don't actually see the lesson in that loss. They don't actually value the whole experience because it's their ego. Their ego have that attachment, that entitlement, that
it feels like it's like it almost feels like it's yours, it's mine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The world owes me something. The world doesn't know. No.
And having that balance, like of just your ego and just like the music too. I'm an artist, so we have to have big egos. It's like our shield. It's our shield. It's literally our shield. Our egos are our shield.
Our ego want to be seen. That's
our egos are our shield.
Not saying that's the whole reason why we're here,
but like our egos also protect us at the same time. Even though we are, you know what I'm saying, even though our egos are these celestial beings, like they still protect us at the end of the day. So it's like having that balance. You know what I'm saying? Having that balance with who we are with our ego. You know what I'm saying? And not letting our ego lead us astray. You know what I'm saying? Because our egos, they can live here, but they can't survive here.
Yeah.
They can live here, but they can't survive here. So it's like, that's why people have ego deaths. So for me, it was like I was having like a lot of subconscious ego deaths. You know what I'm saying? I kept having a lot of just subconscious ego deaths. A part of me just kept dying, but nobody seen it though. But it was a subconscious thing to where I had to get back into my body and realize, okay, this is my life. This is who I am. This is what I am. You know what I'm saying? And just aligning it with my celestial being, aligning it, making it one, making me one. So now I can walk in the room and be one with myself. Now I can walk in the room and be confident. Now I can walk in the room and look people in the eyes. Now I can walk in the room and see, like, you know what I'm saying? Just see and just be the eyes, literally be the eyes of just my journey. Just be the eyes of my journey. So just that, the egos for sure. The egos definitely.
Huge. Yeah, that's a major topic that a lot of people won't like to touch on because a lot of people won't like to admit it. You know, but hey, the hard topics, the hard conversations, they gotta get had now. They ain't talking about it, try talking about it. These are things that can help you, can really help you in your journey. As far as with me, they really touched on it too. I feel like one of the biggest things that I had to overcome as I woke up or transitioned was being faced at the times to where I didn't pick or hold myself up when I was supposed to. It's like you either got it's a balance to everything, right? So you either got the times when you too much in your ego, or you not standing up for yourself enough. Right. I used to fall in that lane of not standing in myself enough, and it was only because I was so aware of how much ego stuff. I didn't know how to call it out. I didn't know the proper terminology for it. I didn't know what this stuff truly meant, but I knew I don't like that energy right there. So I don't want to be participating in none of the environments, the activities. I don't want to do nothing surrounding that because that ain't me. I don't like being around that energy. But it's like that leaves it up for the other people to fill up the rooms. Who's gonna be changing that narrative, you know? So it got to a point to when like it's like I started going extra hard just to prove to myself that I can stand up for myself, and that I am worthy of doing different things. I am worthy of friends. I am worthy of people being attracted to my gifts, of me, just all type of different things. I had to literally just go back inside myself, tell myself I'm worthy. I just feel like I wasn't worthy of a lot of different things, you know. And that's not something that at first was easily able for me to speak about, because at first I felt a sense of weakness, because I'm like, all right, I'm being vulnerable, I'm expressing myself. But as I'm growing, I'm realizing that's not weakness, that's truly strength, that you're able to express a vulnerable side of yourself and how you overcame it, because you're not the only one that's dealing with it.
Thanks.
You're not. For one, when you're trying to come off too perfect, you're not realizing nobody is able to relate to you.
At all.
Nobody's able to relate to you if you're trying to come off so perfect. So if that's the case, like, who you really doing it for? Who are you really doing it for? And that's something I had to really face within myself. So that led me, just that one thing led me to being more honest, open with myself, me standing on my 10 for whatever I believe in, right or wrong. Right or wrong, I'm standing on it. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, I'm never leaving myself behind. And that's something you got to realize. You and yourself, best friends. When you self-mastery, I said in Miss Alicia Blakey show yesterday, you're literally dating yourself.
Thanks.
You're literally dating yourself. So don't focus on so many different external factors. Learn more about you. Those same methods and things you let people get over with, so forth like that, but you chopping yourself up at the neck the first time. Stop. Stop. Because you ain't even realizing that's allowing the outside people to treat you whatever kind of way.
Because you're doing it to yourself.
Because you're doing it to yourself.
Right. And they see it. You know what I'm saying? People can see the light in you before you see the light in you, and they'll pray on it.
Come on, they will pray on it. They really will pray on it. They'll plan, they'll sit, they'll pray on it, and they'll continue to take advantage of you, because you'll let them. You sitting here, you probably even know they're taking advantage of you, and you'll let them do it. You like, maybe they'll feel bad about what they're doing. They'll never feel bad until you make that decision. So just to bring it back full circle, standing up for myself was a major challenge. So now when you see me step, I wasn't even able to talk on the camera, let alone walk or rap around anybody. I'm telling you, it was a very hard struggle for me. But taking those steps about things we was talking about previously and what we continue to touch on in the show, it changed my life completely. So,
I say. Real.
You want to tap in on one more thing before we hop into the next commercial break?
Accountability.
Can we say that one more time?
Accountability.
Accountability.
No kizzy. No cow. Accountability. It's beyond like last night it was like various topics and conversations we was having, because the energy was so potent and so just like so it was so we hear one of the things I did say last night was accountability. Like, you know, that one simple thing, that one simple word. And, you know, it takes time to master it. It takes time to practice it and learn it and then master it. But having accountability, a lot of our people, as Black people, as melanated people, we were not programmed to actually have accountability, self-accountability, accountability for our mistakes, accountability for what we allow, accountability for what happens to us, to what we put ourselves in. That's the whole reason why as Black people, we are still being oppressed, because we still feel we still are giving our powers away to external sources and beings, and they knowing it so they can take advantage of our emotions. We're not emotionally intelligent. We're not emotionally strong or secure. We don't know how to control our emotions. So all they got to do is do something to trigger us, and then it's gonna make us go off our pivot. Now we're not even actually thinking. We just moving through emotions, energy and motion. We just moving instead of actually being still and thinking about it. So, you know, I just say accountability. You get what I'm saying? Be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself about everything, no matter what. Be honest. Be accountable. Be accountable with yourself. It'll show that to other people. It'll make other people respect you. It'll make other people love you unconditionally. You will love yourself unconditionally.
Because you're being who you are. You're being who you say you are.
All the time, no matter what. And you don't have to have that battle, that inner conflict of, okay, you know what I'm saying? Who am I? I'm doing this, but then inside of you, you may not want to do this, and then you won't have none of that confusion. Just be accountable. Be accountable for your actions, and be accountable for what happens and what you allow. And you know, you'll be fortunate in life. The Most High is always around. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. So you know, we're divinely protected. We're divinely covered. It's just all about just being certain, and in that trust and in that knowing that that's what it is, and you can be able to live free and to be able to live in your purpose freely.
Facts, big facts. Accountability is a major one. That is a major one. We're gonna get a little bit more deeper into that after this commercial break. Please make sure you stay in tune. Please follow the social media pages. Shouts out to the tribe that's in the building. Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe on our social media platforms. That's SOLTR1BE. Email soultriberadio@gmail.com. We're gonna be right back with you at
Tribe.
Let's get it. Yo, we is back at it live on. What you just seen was the business advertising commercial. The first business that we had was Elemental Shop. That is the hub of Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Elemental. Shouts out to Tim with a Y. You want to get your merch done, music, productions, marketing, whatever you need. Elemental Shop got you.
Facts. Nah, for real. The hub. That's our hub. Everything is on Elemental. Everything.
The next one that you seen was Too Benji ENT marketing. Any marketing services that you need, knowing what type of different creative events is going on, creative development, and so forth like that. Too Benji ENT marketing is for you. You got the website right there, the social media platforms, and we also got a lot of quotes and stuff that's going on, yo. So tap in with that. Elemental Shop and Too Benji ENT. Let's get it.
Yep. Okay.
Moving on to the next topic. Celine has.
Okay. I'm here. Thank you, baby. So this part of the show is on my segment, which is called Wisdom of the Day. So during this segment, this segment of the show, I just be spitting, flowing, just coming off the top with just wisdom that I learned throughout my life. Wisdom that I learned from people, elders, kids, whoever. Wisdom that I just learned just throughout my life so far. So I have last night at the interview with Miss Alicia Blakely. There was this elder, this old school fool, Maestro. And Maestro, his energy was real. It's like he was waiting for us. He opened the door like, okay, y'all here. Okay. That was his whole energy. And one thing he had said to us was, he was like, be fast to listen and slow to speak. And when he said it, it hit me. It hit in here. I felt it. And you know that being able to be a active listener, an advocate listener, and being able to be still to listen and to listen to what's going on, to listening to what you're hearing, to listen to what you're seeing, to what you're hearing in here, what you're hearing out here, what you're seeing, like listening to what's going on and being able to just be ready to listen. And when you speak, it's time to speak. You gather everything, you gather a direction, your topic, what it is you're going to speak. Okay, you realizing if you're in a collective conversation, you realizing, okay, a conversation going on and it's kind of a conversation that's up in the air and they're looking for a solution, and you have that solution inside of you, and you know, okay, I know what I'm gonna say that it's gonna resonate, and this is the answer. How can you present it to where you can fully get it out, and you won't be you're gonna be nervous sometimes, you're gonna have anxiety sometimes, but you can get it out and everybody can take it in. You can give it out and everybody can take it in. So, you know, it spoke volumes to me. You get what I'm saying? And just right now in these times, you know, we all in spiritual warfare. No matter who you are, what you know, where you at, we all are facing some type of adversity, whether if it's through other people, whether if it's through energy. Some people will say the devil is working. Whatever it is you believe, that opposing energy that's against what you're doing, your direction. And I feel like I was telling my love earlier, I feel with me, I've been having a lot of moments where like I know it's a lot I have to say, it's a lot that I'm going to say and speak on, but it's about finding that divine timing to speak on it, to find the right way to say it, the perfect way to say it, but the right timing. So I've been noticing how sometimes really almost a lot of times it'd be moments where it seemed like it's an energy opposing me from speaking, opposing me from saying what it is that needs to be said. So I just sit there and I just listen. So it's moments when it happens, I just sit back and listen and let the things that's being said in the room, let it be said, so I can actually hear what's going on. I can see how this person is thinking, where this person is coming from. I can understand them, or I can be like, okay, I'm not feeling what they saying. I'm not just about to jump along the bandwagon just because they moving around and it looks good. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything that glitters is not gold. Not getting lost in that. Not getting lost in the sauce. It's easy to get lost in the sauce. It's easy to get lost in false light. It's easy to get lost in false prophets. People sell false dreams. Right. So being able to have that discernment to know what is really real, what's organic, what's from the heart. When you can look at somebody and be like, okay, they real. They pure. Even we all have our flaws. We all have our struggles. We all are overcoming the adversities and the obstacles. But, you know, just being able to just see that pureness. So, you know, going back to the wisdom of the day, be fast to listen and slow to speak. Take your time. It's okay. Take your time. You're going to get it out. Just practice. Practice. When you by yourself, practice. Talk to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Talk to yourself. So, you know, that's all I got for that segment, y'all. You know, that's all I got.
Fire. I definitely enjoyed that quote. That's a real one. Yeah. Now, you know, you got to understand, you have to, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You know, it's for a reason. A lot of times you can learn way more by listening than you know exactly what to say, because people are going to tell you what their problem is if you just listen. They'll literally tell you everything that's going on, the problem, and how you can help them. You just sit back and listen. That's the whole difference. And then one, understanding you don't know everything, and it's okay. It is perfectly fine not to know everything. Everything is everything. The man that knows something knows he knows nothing at all. So remaining open. You have to remain open. You know, it's okay not to know everything, and it's okay to want to learn more. And the person that you may be learning from may be a little younger than you. That's okay. The person may be a little older. But placing these different faults on everybody, it ain't no need to do that. You know, another OG could tell us something. We're not going to be looking at this person for. They may need some understanding. That's cool. I'm here to give you some understanding. I'm not going to be prejudging them just because they are older age or whatever. They may know some stuff I need to know. And then vice versa. Maybe a younger cat, way younger than me. Put me on game. Let's do it. You can learn from whomever. Keep that open mind, y'all.
Facts. This how we coming together for real. This how we really building this unity for real, especially with our people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stress a race thing, but it's a spirit thing. Our spirits, who we are in these vessels, as melanated people, are special. We have been oppressed for centuries. It's beyond, it's deeper, it's deeper, it's deeper. It's breaking generational curses, doing what our ancestors left us to do. It's a big task, but we can do it if we can do it all together in unity. Unity is possible. We all are under one consciousness. We all come from the same source. No matter what, we all come from the same creator. So, you know, it's important to be able to have that understanding in all ways, shape, and form, especially with our people, because it's time. No matter what, it's still a revolution. We here. We here, so this is it right here.
That's it. What
This
you
is it
doing?
right here.
What
This
you
is
gonna
it right
do?
here.
What you gonna do?
That's all.
But it's time for creators to create. We gotta create any way that you can. Sitting back, not doing nothing, but criticizing what's going on, that ain't helping. You are contributing to the destruction of our community. So instead of just being critical of everything that you see, play a part. And that be the change you want to see. Do what you need to do. But just complaining and criticizing about it, that ain't doing nothing but causing more chaos.
And what's also crazy about being critical or being like a critic is because we're sometimes so attached to things. We're sometimes so attached to what it is, whatever it is, we're so attached to it. Sometimes it's hard for us to just detach. You know, and I get it. I understand because it's a subconscious like trust thing. Like it's a subconscious like I gotta be face card sometimes. And sometimes you really don't even have to be face card. Sometimes you have to be an observer of things. Sometimes you have to be an observer and listen and just process everything. Walking in the room and being detached, but also being attached. It sounds weird, but like being attached, but also being detached to be able to listen, receive the information that you need to get, and also be attached by understanding who the person is. But actually connecting without looking at the physical. Because sometimes we have to actually listen. Sometimes we actually listening. We become critics when we're not listening. We become critics when we're just judging and you know what I'm saying? Like we do that, like, you know what I'm saying? And it also goes back to just like holding ourselves accountable at the same time. When we do those things, we have to be able to catch ourselves. That's a part of self-mastery because sometimes it's a subconscious thing. Sometimes it's a subconscious thing. Sometimes we judge us. It goes through our head and it comes in our head as I. And sometimes we think it's our thought, but it's really not even our thought. We're just an observer of our thoughts. It's not even ours. You know what I'm saying? Like there's there's like billions of people across the world. What makes you think that your thought is your thought?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're all on this planet at one time. So like what makes you think that your thought is your thought? Just being able to be detached from those thoughts so that we won't project our fears and our insecurities and our doubts about whatever it is, just being detached. That's what really like helps with just not being a critic. Just being detached and being able to listen, understand, or overstand, and being able to still just say that you are who you are, being able to just be attached but not detached, and be detached and detached.
I read this book, y'all, and there was something inside of the book. It went a little something. It was like, it said attachment leads to jealousy. So train yourself if just basically just saying don't just go off of that one vision. Understand there's two sides to it. So for example, making sure that you prepare, but train yourself to lose train yourself not to be so scared to lose something.
Right.
You know, it's like when you are attached to different things, of course it's hard. We all latch into these different things, so forth like that. But like she said, a lot of times it can lead you into hurting yourself even more than when you was before you got attached.
Right. What
is the reason that you are attached to it? Because that's something that's supposed to be within you. So it's just having that emotional intelligence and that emotional control. Emotional intelligence is something that each one of us in our generation truly needs. Like you need to be a class on it. It needs to be trained every single day, y'all. They tapping in on everything. Social media, the music, the clothes, the businesses, people, everything, even the environments that we in. Family, all of it.
It's not you don't. It'll have you thinking, who can I trust? Who can I trust? That's what they want you to think. That's the whole who can I trust. Once you're thinking like that, it's over with. It got you.
That was something I struggled with for a long time, emotional intelligence. Because I will always react. I always felt like if somebody was over talking me or over, you know what I'm saying, or overstanding me in some way, shape, or form, I always felt like they was taking something from me. But when I started to know who I was and be able to be one with myself and be able to walk in the room and be me, it's like I wasn't even worried about it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like everything will unravel itself. Sometimes you don't have to step in and alter the fate. Sometimes it'll just alter itself in its own way. Sometimes, just not intervening, because when you intervene and you alter the fate of the energy in the room, you alter the fate of yours. You alter your own fate. You alter what you're doing. Right. You get on tangent. You start messing with stuff that don't have nothing to do with you.
You getting in the way, and that's the ego. Now you getting in the way of fate. Now you getting in the way of what was supposed to happen for real. Really. That literally does happen. You literally can mess up your destiny. Your destiny is in your hands. You literally can crash out of your path. You can do that. So
Don't be worried to think like all this stuff got to be processing as you moving, because you're not gonna remember everything off the gate. A lot of this stuff, it needs to just get locked into your subconscious. So at times when it can just be, second nature, some of these different things to do. Don't think you got to be knowing everything, y'all. This is stuff that took years on years to have to fully learn, and still learning it on a daily basis. So please don't feel any less than that. This is something
we had to master. This is something that we literally had to overcome.
It's the
it's definitely trauma. It's definitely trauma that's mastered, So just being able to give y'all tips about what do we do to come to this point. We'll give y'all tips about how did we get to this point of just who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. We're human. And I have to sometimes we have to just remind people that we're human. Sometimes people hold us as such a high being because of just our face card. But we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We're one. We're one with everything.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's okay.
Yeah.
Now, we are approaching the last few minutes of the show. You already know how that stuff goes.
Yeah,
we are going to hit y'all with the last commercial, and we're going to double back. We're going to tap into some events that we got coming up. It's right around the corner. You got to make sure you tapping in on ways that you can stay in contact with us. What's coming up next on the show? We will be right back with
Try.
And we back in with the Traveling Show. Yeah, that was the question and answer, y'all. Let me know. Hey, y'all, Lane killed me on the last show, y'all. He came freestyle out of nowhere.
What is the reason you all do what you do? That's a great question. That's a great question, bro. Okay.
Two questions before we wrap up on that last one. Anybody want to pop that one out? What is the reason you do what you do, y'all? What's that reason? What's that about?
I'll pop it off. What is the reason? The reason that I do what I do is because one, I don't have no choice anymore. One, I don't have a choice anymore. One, and two, love. I'm a loving being. I care a lot about love. I'm one of those people, like, no matter how toxic or dysfunctional my family was and what I seen, I love seeing everybody together. I love the bad times. I love the good times. I loved all that. So, now it's like how things was when I was a kid and a teenager. It's completely different. Like my family like work, like the part fam is not even a family anymore. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm just a reminder of I'm the reminder of the original, the originator, the source. Like I haven't forgot about none of those things, no matter how much growth you've seen me physically, spiritually, whatever. I still remember those things. And that's really the reason my family, my folks, and the love, legacy, my great grandma, my great facts, real. My grandma Agnes. I never met her a day in my life. And, I hear stories about her all the time, the type of woman she was, all that. She's a Leo, I'm a Leo, all these different things. And one day I had an epiphany, I see why she was the way she was. No matter what it is she knew or seen from people, she still moved in the space of love, because she knew eventually the tree that she made, it was going to be a full branch. Eventually a full branch was going to come. Now, which generation or which person who is going to come from, that's fate, but she knew eventually all this wasn't gonna be for nothing. So it's deep. it's deep. So that's all I got to say about that.
Real.
That's all I got to say.
That's out to the family too.
Yeah, for real.
Legacy.
I love my folks. I love my folks no matter what.
I always love to see black men, you know what I'm saying, elevating and growing, y'all. That's not something that's supported a lot.
Now they just look at it like, cool. Bro has a performance. He has a performance Friday at Savannah State.
We tap with the events that we gonna list right after we answer these two questions. We got y'all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
For me, I do this because I just first of all, I love music for one. I love just the frequencies. I love how I can heal people through healing myself. I love how I can heal myself and also heal people, just allow people to just see an insight of just who we are, because as artists, we have that conscious awareness about ourselves that we can easily, we can easily go and play with the frequencies and heal ourselves and just release that energy and just be able to make it real. We're not imaginary. We're real. We're actually real beings. So for me, I do this for that reason, and I also do it to make it real to my family members, making it real to my nieces, my nephews, the people that come after me, just letting them know that it's not just something you see on TV. It's not just something you see on TV. It takes time. It takes love. It takes the just continue just to strive to just love it. Even when it gets hard, just loving it at the end of the day, just knowing that, that you have that notebook, knowing that you have that pen, knowing that you have that, whatever it is, knowing that you have that, even if things aren't the best, just making it real, and then still being lighthearted about it. Still being lighthearted about it and not being tarnished by this thing called life, as they tell us, this thing called life that they say is just this rabbit hole of just emotions and just not being tarnished, just not being tarnished. You'll see me in 40 years and I'll look exactly like this. So, so for me, it's just
big facts.
For me, it's just just making it real for just the youth that comes after us, letting them know that it's not just something that's on TV. It's not just something that you see televised. It's that we're real people talking to you. We're real people communicating and letting you know that how we got here to this point. So it's just, just making it real. That's why I'm doing it, just to make it real. I'm making it real. I'm making it real. That is it. Just making it live, making it real, making it not imaginary. It's not something just in my head. This is something that's actually happening. So,
Real. Respect it or respect it. In between. You feel me?
Respect.
Shouts out Nate.
Right.
Respect. No lie. I'm gonna just keep it straight to the point because we just got a little bit of time. Single parent home, raised by the mom, 5 brothers. I'm the youngest. Hood to hood, I've seen so much, experienced so much. My brothers done seen so much, experienced so much. I was forced to see so much. A lot of these places and things that I'm doing now, I never in my life thought I would be able to do. Even this being here today, I promise y'all, I was the underdog. I was the underdog. I was the one that was always overlooked, never heard, never felt like I was heard. People didn't pay too much attention because they felt like everything was always straight. For what? It was so much. Y'all. I used to experience so much that it's I can go on days and days about it, y'all, but I say that to say the furthest I could think out was what we finna do in the next 5 minutes. I couldn't think no further than that. My main thing I'm thinking about is food and getting out the house because I don't like being inside with all the other stuff we was already dealing with. I wasn't even that comfortable in there. I had to live with different people, hotel, all type of stuff. This right here, I'm coming for everything that I deserve. It's so much that I deserve. I know I deserve. I've been putting in work for a long time, whether I speak about it or not. Humble, I'm in my skin, but I'm coming for everything. No matter how long it takes, we here.
Facts.
You feel me? We here, and it's been coming. So yeah,
Facts.
It's
all right. Okay.
Making the list.
Yeah. So we are approaching the end of the show. Before we go ahead and list it, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Those are tuning in now live. Those are going to be tuning in after air. We want to appreciate every one of you all. This is
thank y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all too. Tribing. Tribing it. For real.
This is just the start.
Buckle up. We realize that we gotta buckle up. Buckle up.
For real. We putting it on for y'all. For real. That's right. Appreciate y'all. Who would like to tap in on the upcoming events that we got coming? I guess I'll tap in on it. It was a question that somebody had asked earlier. What events where you gonna catch us doing spoken word, so forth like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know right now. The first event that we have is going to be this Friday, which is March the 4th. It's going to be it is a word crossover show that is Way of Real Discovery. That is the organization that I'm a part of. They are having their crossover show in the Student Union Ballroom at 6 p.m. The flyer and so forth like that is shared amongst our pages. You can go to our page. You can see it right now at Soul Tribe. Our Freestyle Friday, strictly off the Dome event, is every other Friday, and that starts March the 11th. Location is going to be at 912 Studios from 1 to 3 p.m. The flyer is dropping after the show ends, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And alongside that, we do have a Carnival Artist Showcase coming out, thrown by the Tribers and some other community people. That date is going to be April the 9th, and you will definitely see more about that on the Soul Tribe page.
Yes, I shade. The topic that we look forward to the next episode is what was it? Not artist creativity, but the, I guess, how to be an artist.
Right.
How to be an artist. How to be your individual
how
how to be yourself and be an artist just by being yourself. Right. How to be an artist without the antics, without the foolery, without being fake, without being like the next person. How to be an individual and how to be an artist in today's time in 2022. And you know, we just want to share our experiences with what we're learning, with what we experience, and how do we be artists while being ourselves simultaneously, and how easy it is, how easy it makes our journey, how at ease everything is, and how peaceful it is, and how drama free everything is because we're being ourselves. So you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got for the next episode.
Yeah, that's it. Just individuality, just being able to know who you are and walk in the room and be who you are. Even if you don't look like the idea of what people think, you still are who you are because you stand for who you are. So just being it and just standing on it, that's it. That's one of the things we definitely are going to talk about, standing on it, how to stand on it, how to stand on it, how to solidify that seniority, how to like just do that notoriety, how to just solidify that notoriety about yourself and be able to just be rememberable. So
Definitely. Right, you all. You can stay tuned with us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any social media platform at Soul Tribe. That's SOLTR1BE, and our main hub on our website. Stay in tune with what we got coming up: events, merch, showcases at Elemental.shop. That's LMNTL.shop. Once again, it's Tribing It.
Peace out, y'all.
Have
a great weekend.
Follow us too.
Hey.
Tune in to Nate, the host with the most, Saturday.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Shouts out Nate. Shouts out Tribe. Shouts out Team.
Hey, Tribe, Soul Tribe, you know what's going on.
Bye.
like that.